I just got a really thoughtful question from someone that asked, if vegans care so much about the environment, why buy plastic faux leather instead of just thrifting actual leather boots? First, I think that it's really important that we establish that veganism is not a diet, nor is it a stance about environmentalism. It's an ethical and moral stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. Leather isn't just a material that we use, it came from the body of someone who had to suffer in order for us to get that material. And even if it's thrifted, many vegans feel uncomfortable with it because it still carries social weight. And it does create a fashion demand for more of those products to be made, especially if everyone that you're talking to really, really likes those boots. On top of that, vegans just don't want to normalize viewing animals and pieces of their bodies as objects or things for us to use. But then it gets even more complex because many people assume that leather doesn't cause any environmental destruction on its own. But that's really not the case. Leather production is incredibly resource intensive, and you still have all the environmental impacts of animal agriculture: deforestation, methane emissions, massive amounts of land and water use. And then on top of that, tanning often involves using toxic chemicals that pollute waterways and harm workers. It's really not as simple as plastic bad, leather good. At the same time, a lot of faux leather products are petroleum-based plastics, which also contribute to environmental problems like microplastics and waste. Most vegans agree that this is a real issue. And while wearing leather is not a necessity for anyone, and so you could easily just avoid buying leather boots altogether, you can honestly bridge the gap between these issues by choosing longer-lasting plant-based materials. Cork, mushroom leather, cactus leather. The important thing to recognize here is that while veganism and environmentalism overlap a lot, ultimately veganism is a moral and ethical stance against the exploitation of animals. I truly do appreciate questions like this because they're important for us to talk about and they can be very nuanced. All right, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day.